Hey everyone, welcome to the channel, or welcome back to the channel. This is MrWright0844, and today we're going to kick off a brand new series. We're going to be playing Banished. If you haven't ever played Banished before, it's a city building strategy game where you basically just guide like a group of exiled travelers trying to start a new life. Basically, there's no king, no quests, no hand-holding. It's just a straight up survival city builder game. You'll be managing resources, building homes, keeping people fed, making sure nobody freezes to death during like the winter time. I've always liked playing games like this, kind of like survival mixed with a little bit of strategy. So I thought it'd be pretty cool to share the journey here on the channel. We'll be starting fresh, building up our settlement from nothing and hopefully avoiding complete disaster. But knowing this game, it's easier said than done, and we might have to restart once, maybe twice, maybe 3 times. We'll see. But if you enjoy strategy survival and a little bit of chaos along the way, you're in the right place. And let's jump into Banished episode 1, and we'll see if we can keep this town alive. Alright, new game. We'll name this Wrightville. Alrighty, map seed. Just click it a couple times for good luck. Terrain type, valleys or mountains. We'll stick with valleys. Small, medium, or large map size. Go with the medium. Climate, we'll keep it fair. Disasters, obviously, you got to be on. Starting conditions, medium. Just go for a straight up how the game was intended playthrough. I played this game a few times, not many. I played it with mods, without mods. Today I'm not going to be playing with mods at all. Gotta adjust some graphic settings. Okay, I fixed the graphic settings now. I can actually see what I'm doing. So first things first, gotta pause the game here. Okay, that's that. Gotta get all my widgets up. Event log. Don't need the map, I don't really care, but I definitely need this. That should be good for now. First thing we gotta do is create roads. It's always the first thing I do in any survival game is start building roads. I think it's Z in this game for whatever reason. No? Okay, that's remove roads. Now where is the build road? Here it is. It's 1. Okay. Yeah, we'll start off with some dirt roads. You know, it just helps the people traverse around a little bit quicker. So these guys are going to be cutting down trees, getting rocks, just moving around the city, transporting things. Once we start getting up, I'm going to build like a little like housing district over here, kind of next to the river, kind of away from it. Got to get these people sheltered. It's already raining, so that's no good. Here we go. I face the houses inward to each other like that because they already have roads basically pre-built in front of them. I do it like that for 1 to save space, and then 2 to just have like a better organization. So I usually group houses in groups of 6 like this, and then I'll draw a road basically all the way around the house, just like that. And here we go. So we already have our stockpile with a bunch of shit in it right now. Iron, logs, firewood, stone. Here's the barn. We'll have food in here, tools, random things that need to be sheltered. Otherwise, I'm pretty sure, if I remember correctly, that they get destroyed by the elements, which obviously is, for us, it's no good. Right now, we'll go ahead and get a woodcutter going. These guys will create firewood. So yeah, use the chopped logs into firewood, which are then used to heat homes in the winter, which we're going to need to get on that because I think we start in spring, as you can see up here in the top left. Early spring, year 1. We're sitting at 10 adults, 0 students, and 8 children. Right now, currently, we have 120 pieces of wood. 200 pieces of firewood, and now with these houses right here, the firewood goes through pretty quick. You can get up to the stone houses they run through firewood a little bit less because they retain more heat. So yeah, it's going to be one of the goals, but obviously stone is a little bit more to come by. Plus, it also requires iron, I believe, which we're nowhere near grabbing any of the iron yet. We will put a well. We'll make like a kind of like a town center, so we'll have like a well here because we don't want any of our houses or anything to burn down. We'll work on the chapel, cemetery, and the hospital as it's needed. But for now, we're gonna have these houses start to get built, and then we're gonna remove some of these resources around where we're gonna build, just so our guys have things to do. And another thing that I'm going to add while we're still paused is another stockpile. We'll add it. We'll add it right here, actually. Make it 10 by 10. Yeah, it's a max is a 10 by 10. Go back in the road tool. Get a road around it. Fairly certain. What is in the way here? Oh, I guess these trees. They're already marked for destruction, so I can't place that for whatever reason. We'll place what we can, and then if we remember, we will come back and go through and fix that later. Probably won't remember to do that, but we'll see. Alright. So now I'm going to assign like 2 builders right now, because we're going to need a bunch of laborers. So basically right here, these are the professions that people in the town can be. Go ahead and unpause the game right now, increase the speed, and then what we'll do is basically talk about the professions list right now, right? So we have laborers, right? Laborers will do all the random miscellaneous things around the town, like gather resources and stuff like that. The builders will build houses and buildings and stuff like that that you have queued up for protection, as long as there's resources available for them to grab, bring over, and then actually begin construction. You have farmers, which obviously they farm, herdsmen, which tend to animals and pastures, gatherers, which will gather roots, herbs, and stuff like that in the forests. Fishermen, they catch fish. Hunters, they hunt animals. Woodcutters, they chop the logs that the laborers bring into the stockpiles. They turn them into firewood to help heat the homes. Foresters will replant and cut down trees. So they'll cut down the mature trees, they'll replant saplings. They won't cut down saplings, so that's good. We always have forest regrowth. Herbalists will collect herbs to be able to cure minor like sicknesses. It says minor ailments, but it's just like basically small sicknesses. Like you got the cold, here's some tea and honey. You got the blacksmiths that will make new tools, because as you can see, we have tools up here. If we run out of tools, the laborers and the workers, they then produce and work slower. You got a brewer to brew alcohol, which increases the overall happiness. Tailor, they create clothing from the hides and stuff that the hunters get. Vendors, they'll distribute goods in a marketplace, so household goods. So you'll have food. Let's see if this house already has inventory. Yeah, so they have firewood, food, and stuff like that. They'll normally receive that from a vendor. It just makes it to where houses don't overstock or understock, and it's not all just like free-for-all right here. But when it's free-for-all, it kind of runs into little issues where you'll start having people having too much food, and then some houses not getting enough food, especially like in the early stages where you're kind of like running low on things. You have the traders. Because the traders, they will then distribute goods to other like I guess civilizations that are like off map, off screen. You'll also see like a random wandering trader. Once we get like a trading outpost set up, they will come by and we'll be able to sell things to them, buy things from them. You have miners, which obviously they dig the iron. Miners dig iron ore out of the ground. You have the stone cutters, which gather stone from quarries. You have teachers to educate the people in the town. physicians, they heal the sicknesses, they work in the hospitals and stuff like that. And you have the clerics, which they bring happiness to the citizen by working in the churches, you know, spreading faith and religion to the townspeople, right? So right now, if you look, we just had Raylight has become an adult and is now working as a laborer, right? So now, if you remember, we had 10 adults, no students, and 8 children. Now one of those children have grown up and become an adult. So now we're kind of getting up there. We have a lot more people that can fulfill these jobs and stuff like that. Right now we're just basically waiting on builders to start building. Now all of the icons for the people has went away, and we now have nobody homeless, nobody cold, nobody homeless. Everybody is gainfully employed currently. Well, these people are cold, I guess, in the middle of spring. What's the temperature outside? 66 degrees Fahrenheit. I'm American, so I use Fahrenheit. I don't know Celsius. I mean, I know like 0 degrees Celsius is 32 degrees Fahrenheit. That's freezing and stuff like that. I know like the random numbers like that, but I'm not a Celsius expert. Unless we're talking about the energy drink, then I'm a pretty good expert. You know, I drink about 300 to 900 milligrams of caffeine per day. Unhealthy, but necessary. So right now we just have our guys working hard or hardly working. Start building a couple more buildings. Alrighty, so far we've set up parameters for our market. As you can see, a lot of these buildings have radius rings around them. Basically, it's just like their effective radius. Kind of put the market in a central location. It gives us room to expand. We could throw a few houses around here, over here, over here, and it also obviously covers these houses that are basically pretty much right next to it. Added a fishing dock over here. Get some fish from the river for food. We added a trading post so that way whenever the traders come rolling through, they can stop here and we can sell things to them and purchase other things. Like we're gonna have to probably purchase seeds. I don't think we have seeds to start with for our crop fields that we added right here. This will be like our main food source too. It's just the best way to gather a lot of food quickly. They usually start the seeding in early spring, and then right before winter they'll start the harvest. Added a hunting cabin. That'll give us hides and meat for the people to eat, and then also for tailors to eventually make clothing out of. Then additionally added a gatherer's hut. They will get berries and stuff like that. Like it's another food gathering building. We added this stockpile. We added this at the beginning, so we'll have a stockpile here at another central location. We'll probably start off the market with 1 worker. I'm gonna add a couple more builders so we can get some building done a little bit quicker. We're gonna start needing food pretty quickly. Yeah, that'll help out a lot. But right now, currently the only actual worker that we have right now is the woodcutter to produce firewood. Another cool thing too is you can actually set limits to production buildings, right? So that way this guy's not just stealing every single log that we have to make firewood. Because eventually, once these guys stop cutting down trees and stuff like that, we will start running out of wood pretty quickly too. Wood's like the main building material in the game, which kind of reminds me we probably should build a forester, which will probably build him off in the distance a little bit, just so that he's cutting down trees and stuff away from the main area. He'll have a stockpile here and here to be able to deposit the wood into, and got that message just now saying that we're running out of space. 99% full, yeah, so we need this stockpile to hurry up and get removed, or the things hindering the stockpile from being built removed, rather. We'll go ahead and make a road over to this forester. We'll be back once everything's built and ready to go. So I've paused the game now, right? So we've obviously encountered our first disaster. It happens. Here's where it started. Started having people die of starvation. You know, one of our builders died of starvation. This person's replaced him as a builder because up here we had in the professions tab up here on the top right, we've had them the job selected, like the max, like we wanted 3 builders or whatever the case was, right? So we had it set, so they obviously replaced them. Scroll down, another builder died of starvation, got replaced. One of the children died of the starvation. Another builder died of starvation. We had a bunch of builders set, just try to get all these food production buildings up as soon as possible. We ended up getting the fishing one up first, gathered a few fish, you know, kind of stopped the starvation a little bit. Obviously you can see people are still hungry. That's what this icon means. We got people still hungry right now. This question mark means that there's nobody working that building right now, and it's set to work. I could stop it and it has a stop sign pop up, right? I'm gonna keep it on work just because when I do add people to it, I don't want to have to remember to go back and like, oh, why am I not gathering anything, right? It's because of that right there. Started food production on the farm. It's early spring now. It just became early spring of the year 2. So now we have the potato fields going. I think potatoes are pretty good food source. I don't really remember what the difference between the different food sources are, but I do know potatoes, can't go wrong with potatoes. But yeah, so this is how we have the town set up so far. We're gonna have our trading post up. We're having the forester lodge come up soon. Right now we're looking pretty smooth for the start in Banished. I've never had a game where I've gone through and the people just weren't starving or cold. This is the only time actually that I've played that they weren't freezing in winter, just because we started that firewood production early. Maybe if I started the food production a little bit earlier, we would have had a cold issue and not a food issue. I feel like in this game, in a lot of survival games, you just really don't have the ability to be able to actually have a great start to where you're not losing people on the first year at least. Just 'cause you're starting at nothing. You don't really have the ability to you know, just survive perfectly every time, which I mean that's the whole goal of a survival game. You know, it's more fun that way. It's gives it that challenging feel to it. You don't want a game to be just straight easy, not having to think, have to use your head, a little bit of sacrifice here and there. Kind of just throws into the mix of it and just kind of just makes it feel like you're actually having to do something, right, rather than just sit here and just watch the people just work. I guess you have to kind of command them, make sure that they do things. Something you'll notice too if you stick around, I like to make a lot of grid patterns with my city building style of game. So like city skylines, Banished, Kingdoms Reborn, you name it, any type of city building aspect. I love to make like just grid lines. It just helps me keep it organized and stuff like that. So if you like staying organized, I mean, you'll enjoy that aspect, I guess, a little bit. But I think that'll wrap it up for episode 1 of Banished. Let me know with likes and comments. The views don't update the same way that likes do, so if you like the video, drop it a like. If you have any thoughts, opinions, suggestions, or anything like that that I could be doing better with the channel or better with this series, go ahead and leave a comment. Or if you just enjoy everything, just leave a comment, let me know. I'd really appreciate it. Hit the subscribe button as well, and I'll see you in the next one.